These are the progressive news headlines for Tuesday, September 15th. Thanks for joining me. Julianna Forlano here of ACT.tv. Connecticut's Attorney General, baby. I love reporting on this because I'm coming to you live from Connecticut. Connecticut's Attorney General William Tong is launching a state lawsuit against ExxonMobil for what he calls the ongoing systematic campaign of lies and deception. In an interview, a statement really, Tong said ExxonMobil knew that continuing to burn fossil fuels would have a significant impact on the environment, on public health, and on our economy, yet the company chose to deceive the public. With Tong's filing, his state joined a fast-growing wave of climate lawsuits targeting these behemoths who are killing us and our children and our parents. According to the center, 22 other communities, including 4 other states, have filed similar suits since 2017. And in a related story, while man-made climate change induced intensified hurricanes, 5 of them in the Atlantic right now, 1 right on the coast, while they ravage the coast, and climate change related fires engulf the entire western half of the United States, fossil fuel giant BP is actually signaling that the dirty energy industry is dying. Hooray. They admitted yesterday that the global demand for oil may have already peaked while projecting significant growth in renewables over the next few decades. Let's make sure we do nothing on renewable energy here in the United States, because we certainly don't want to be ahead of the curve on that. The new edition of BP's annual energy outlook features 3 potential transition scenarios to 2050. One is we all die. No, I'm just kidding. Excuse me. The 2050 is the year by which BP says they plan to hit net zero emissions. BP, British Petroleum, net zero. The outlook comes as a historic wildfires are, as I said, devastating California, Oregon, the whole thing. By the time we wrote this news story, the fires had already spread to 3 other states. Scientists have explained that the raging fires are connected to human-caused climate change, as we already know. Check this out. You got your changing structure of global energy demand. Fossil fuels down. Renewables and electricity, hopefully from renewables, going up. Not bad, not bad. Unfortunately, we had to let the market decide, and that means, all these people had to go through all this. Couldn't we have just decided based on being smart? No, apparently not. This is America. We're not doing that, apparently. All right, there's more going on. The ACLU is getting busy fighting for us. There's only 50 days until the election. 50. Can you handle it? I actually am thrilled that it's COVID, right? I kind of like this calmer, gentler electioneering that's happening via the TV and the media, except for Trump, who's going out and giving everyone COVID. Whatever. Okay. The ACLU is launching a voter education and outreach campaign. Rebecca Lowell-Edwards, who is the chief communications officer over there at the good old ACLU, said in a statement, voters must be educated on how, where, and when they can vote, and how to advocate for their constitutional right to cast a ballot where obstacles are thrown in their way. The ACLU is calling on voters to make a plan, request their ballot where they can, and to encourage their friends to do the same now, before some tragedy engulfs your state and you don't have time to do it. Anyway, the campaign is called Let People Vote. It features an online education tool with state-by-state guidelines for voter reg, voting deadlines, and mail-in voting options. You can go there. You can join the campaign, or you can just find out information. aclu.org/voter to check that out. I'm glad people are doing a lot of work. It's very, very important. Okay, excuse me, Congress. could you please pass a COVID relief package? Me and dozens of organizations representing millions of people across the U.S. want you to do this to prevent any unnecessary suffering across the country. The House passed the HEROES Act in May, as you know, but the Senate hasn't done anything, or in newspeak, has failed to pass a just relief package. In a joint letter signed by consumer rights protection groups, labor unions, civil rights, faith, and democracy groups, all of these organizations are coming together. They're all coming together to demand accountability here. We've got this going on. They're not doing it. The people. It's supposed to be for the people. All right. Well, there's a thing, and you can get on it. It's called corporateaccountability.org. You can join in with these groups to make your voice known. What we want is these organizations are calling on Congress to protect millions of workers on the front line of the pandemic with stronger safety standards. Remember, Trump, wants to make companies immune to any kind of prosecution that they might fall if there was a rule of law for people getting COVID because the corporations are being negligent. The Trump administration wants to protect the corporations from any responsibility at all. So the corporateaccountability.org group and all these other organizations are fighting against that. Also, they want, to get people the PPE they need and to prevent the inhumane practice of evictions and utility shut-offs. So that's going on. Hey, in other news, did you fill out your census yet? Are you afraid to fill out your census? They're tracking you anyway, so you might as well fill it out. A coalition of advocacy groups are pushing to extend the 2020 census deadline for 4 months because pandemic getting in the way. October 31 was set as the counting deadline, but the Census Bureau recently announced the date was moved ahead to September 30th, so you won't be counted. So the area where you live won't get money for things like roads and schools and Head Start programs. Sure, you're not getting that money now, but hell, Trump would like to make that official. The Trump administration said the change was needed in order to deliver the final numbers to Congress by their deadline of the 31st of December. Maybe he cited the fact that the post office has been slowed down for I don't know what reason. Oh, maybe because he undermined it himself. Maybe. Oh, gosh. Yes. Trump definitely needs those numbers by the 31st deadline because you know how persnickety and precise Donald Trump and his administration are with the numbers and the facts. The process for an accurate 2020 census has been significantly impacted, let us say, by COVID-19, by the pandemic, and the financial impact of undercounting will be catastrophic to transportation funding, community development programs like those that I mentioned before, Medicaid, Head Start. A federal court hearing will be held on Friday in California, challenging the deadline change. So, evil doesn't rest, and neither can we. Thanks for watching. I'm Julianna Forlano. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. We bring you these progressive news headlines every Monday through Thursday. Friday, we take the day off to recover from having to be part of the news cycle. I'm Julianna Forlano. You can follow me on Twitter because I have held on to that social media platform to see you and what you have to say. Follow ActTV across platforms. If you're watching on Facebook and on Twitch, stick with us. There's more to come in this fine, fine show we have here.